Capricorn, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Capricorn love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Capricorn tarot reading for you. Now, let's get on with this Capricorn love reading for today, because today we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here in February 2023. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you. I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Capricorn, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get on with it here, and let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Capricorn and their romantic person of interest here in February 2023, please. Get one card. Okay, let's get 3 cards for you, Capricorn. What's going on with Capricorn as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them, February 2023. All right. Okay. Let's get 3 cards for your person. What's going on with Capricorn's romantic person of interest as it relates to Capricorn and the connection between them in February 2023. Alright, let's get one more. What's going on with Capricorn's person here in February? We'll take 2. That's cool. Nice. Nice, nice. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 5 of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. This is a card of abandonment. It's about being cast aside. It's about being left out in the cold. It can sometimes represent an energy of feeling not good enough. This is usually a breakup kind of an energy here. Right under that we have the Knight of Cups. Knights are action takers. Cups are about love and emotions. So this would be actions toward love and emotions, romantic gestures, romantic offers, trying to move forward in a love connection, trying to advance a love offer or a love connection in some way. And then we have the Hanged Man right behind that. This is Pisces major arcana energy of progress being halted, like no forward movement happening, things being stuck, things being at a standstill, like no progress being made here. Now, the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective, a different point of view than he would normally look at things from. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment. He's trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. So it looks like we have had some sort of a breakup, or if not a breakup, some sort of an abandonment. And then there's still this interest to take actions on moving things forward. But then we've got something in the way here, something potentially blocking that, no forward movement happening. It looks like that might be about to change, though. We have the Wheel of Fortune right behind that. This is a change in the luck and fortune here. If things were going bad, this would be the wheel spinning the other way and things starting to go good. Or vice versa. If things were going great, this would be the wheel spinning the other way and it goes to hell in a handbasket. It looks like things were already going kind of bad, but there's still this desire to move it forward, and somehow nothing is actually progressing there. And this looks like a change to that, and something is about to turn around. Now, that's the overall energy. That's like the gist of what this reading is going to talk to me about. We might have to come back to this as I move forward in the reading. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that's affecting you both here in February 2023. It doesn't always have to affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did something and you're feeling this, or they did this and you're feeling something, or vice versa. Sometimes this can legitimately just be some external energy that's somehow affecting you both. But the mutual point of interest for you guys is the 4 of Swords. This is Libra energy of taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. This is about stability of the thoughts, stability of the mind, trying to calm the mind down and choosing to go inside yourself in order to figure out what to do moving forward. So this can represent that there's a break in the connection. We have what looks like an abandonment, a potential breakup here. This could be trying to take a break in the connection and still trying to figure out how to move it forward from here. Let me clarify this and see what we have. Tell me more about this 4 of Swords. Why is this the shared energy it's affecting Capricorn and their person in February? I think I had one flip over in here. I could have sworn I had one flip over in here. Apparently not. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning in something. This is some practical, tangible, physical, real-world opportunity presenting itself here. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that we all want, like that maximum stability and abundance and prosperity that we all want, that happy, stable home life, the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources to build that stability. This is the seed with the potential to grow into that. It's not that in and of itself yet, but it has the potential to get there. That's the thing with aces. They're opportunities for something. This is something that you have to grab and do something with, or it's just going to represent empty potential here. But we definitely have some sort of a physical opportunity presenting itself. This could be we're trying to figure out what to do with this opportunity that's in front of us here. And then we have the Five of Wands behind that. This is Leo energy. Fives are conflict. Wands represent passion, desire. So this would be a conflict in the desires, like an internal conflict where maybe your person or you has an internal conflict where a piece of you wants one thing and then another piece of you wants something that's pretty much the opposite of that. And you're playing this internal game of tug of war with yourself, like pulling yourself in multiple different directions in terms of what it is that you want. Because this is in the shared energy affecting you both. It could be that your person wants one thing and you want something that's different than that, and you guys are like playing tug of war against each other here, related to an opportunity and trying to figure out what to do with it. I do have the Nine of Cups right behind that, which is Pisces energy of happiness and like wish fulfillment here. This is also a singles energy though. This would represent being like emotionally single. This is one of those cards where it's like flip a coin on whether it's a good card or a bad card, because each of these cards has multiple different meanings. They all have positive aspects and negative aspects. Sometimes this can be someone who's smug and self-centered and is very concerned about their own personal happiness and their own personal wish fulfillment at the expense of anything else. Sometimes this could just represent that figuring out what to do with this opportunity between the two of you is wish fulfillment for both of you, but there's a difference in opinions on how we get there or what we do with it, and you guys are pulling in opposite directions. I'm not quite sure yet. I think that might be it. We have Two of Swords right behind that. That's a Libra energy of a decision that needs made, only it hasn't been made. Twos are always about choices or decisions, and this is one that needs made, hasn't been made, either because there's not enough information to decide yet, or because there's something that one of you doesn't see yet, or there's something that one or both of you doesn't want to see, and that's preventing the decision from being made here. There's definitely behind all of that though, the Seven of Wands is Leo energy of, it's like, it's a defensive kind of an energy, but it's more about like defending your position on something, defending your stance on something, being willing to fight for what it is that you believe in, fight for what it is that you want, fight for this connection. It looks like we went through a rough spot here, and there's still a desire to try and move forward with it, even though things are stuck for the right now. It looks like that might be turning around. It looks like we have an opportunity physically presenting itself here. And either there's a break in the connection right now when this opportunity happens, or now there's this trying to figure out what to do and make a decision about this opportunity that you both seem to want, but there's a conflict here, either in you or in your person, or where you're both pulling in opposite directions. To clarify this Four of Swords, I got the Knight of Swords, the Moon, and the Page of Wands. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Again, knights are action takers. This is fast action. This is like rushing forward, taking some rapid, decisive action on something, potentially rushing forward and speaking the truth. When the Knight of Swords comes rushing forward and speaking the truth, though, it's usually cutting. You know, it's usually like said not in a very pleasant way. It's like harsh almost sometimes. This could just be making some decision and acting on it very rapidly. Now, another thing about the Knight of Swords, though, is like this is not a guy who comes rushing in super fast and then sits down to read the instruction manual to figure out what to do. This is the dude who comes in and takes the action and then he's gone again. So this is someone oftentimes that's very abrupt, very spontaneous, and they don't think about what they're doing before they do it or while they're doing it. They just do it, and then they think about it after the fact. So I'm not 100% sure what this is telling me yet. There's a figuring out going on here, thinking about something going on, possibly about an action that's already been taken. I've got the moon next here, which is Pisces energy of fear, worry, anxiety, usually based around uncertainty. When the moon is out, it's dark outside. You can't see the full path in front of you. It's really hard to see what's going on. It can represent darkness, it can represent an illusion, it can represent some secret being kept. It can also just represent not being able to see what's going on fully, not having all the information, not being able to tell, am I on the correct path or not? I don't have anything else out here that leads me to think there's something deceptive, some lie, some secret going on. Not yet, anyway. I've got the Page of Wands here as the last clarifier for the Four of Swords. This is news, messages, communications about passion and desire. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool, which is about just saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. I'm throwing caution to the wind. I'm going to just jump off the cliff, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll figure this out as I go. This is a much more toned down version of that kind of an energy. This is more someone having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something they have passion and desire for. Not throwing caution to the wind, but more like I'll stick my toe in the water and see. I'll take the first step on this and see. Which is really like conflicting with this energy. This is just doing it without thinking about it. This is having the willingness to try it and see what happens here. And in the middle of that is some uncertainty, some possible fear, worry, and anxiety, which could be why we've got all this thinking going on here. Like, let's take some time to figure this out. At this stage in the reading, it's not uncommon that I don't fully understand what this shared energy is trying to tell me. I'll come back to it again after I go through your energy, because then I'll be able to see how it applies to you. I'll come back to it again when I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it applies to them. But that's the shared energy we're dealing with here in February, Capricorn. Your energy in this connection is the Two of Wands. Central to your energy is the Ten of Swords. And your final card is the King of Wands. This Two of Wands is Aries energy of a fork in the road. It's a crossroads in your life, a crossroads in this connection. It's a decision point, and it's a decision about which path leads me, excuse me, to the world that I really want, and which path do I have to leave behind in order to get there. So this is definitely a decision point, definitely related to what you want. Tell me about this Two of Wands, please. Why is this here as the first card of Capricorn's energy? Get two more on this Two of Wands, please. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands, who is in here upside down. I don't keep reversals in my deck. I don't read reversals, so whenever one comes out on the table, I just automatically turn it right side up without really thinking about it here. Why this is in here upside down, I couldn't tell you unless it happened during the last reading and I didn't know. But the Queen of Wands is either Aries or Leo energy here. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person who knows exactly what she wants. She goes after what she wants with bold, passionate, fiery determination. She's not one that's going to take no for an answer. She's going to get what she wants one way or another. If we're describing a person, like I said, it could be an Aries, it could be a Leo. Short of that, this could represent you. This could represent how you're viewing your person. This is someone who is probably very charming, very good looking, sexy, vivacious, fun to be around, the life of the party. On the negative side of this could be someone who has a little bit of drama attached to her. But this is really feeling like someone who knows exactly what she wants and is at that decision point here about which path do I go down in order to get what I want. And potentially having to leave a path behind. That could be here, like there's this desire on your end to take some rapid action, but I don't think you can do it without thinking about it first. And I think that you have some hesitancy here and the willingness to take the steps down a new path. Right behind this Queen of Wands, I have the Page of Cups. Pages are messengers, so this would be news, messages, communications about love and emotions. This would be like expressing feelings, loving, you know, lovey-dovey kind of communicating back and forth. This would be like beginning stages, like a not fully developed emotional offer, a love offer here, like possibly flirtatious behavior, communicating, that kind of stuff. Then we've got the Eight of Pentacles here. This is Virgo energy of work, like putting in the work on something, putting in the time, effort, and energy on something in order to get what you want, or at the very least being willing to put in the work, time, effort, and energy on it here. I think you know what you want. I think you have communicated what you want, communicated how you feel about things. And you're willing to put work in on it. I think you're at the spot where either you're trying to choose your path or you already know what path you need to go down. The problem I'm seeing is right here. And the clarifiers for that Two of Wands, I got the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune, and the World. All three major arcana. All three very powerful energy that we all have free will. We just have a lot more control to exercise our free will over minor arcana energies like the Four of Swords and this and Five of Pentacles here. We have less control to exercise our free will over these major arcana. So you've got a choice about what it is that you want, which path you're going to go down, and you got all this really potent energy here affecting either the decision on that path or affecting your ability to go down a path here. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy of progress being halted, no forward movement happening, things being stuck, being at a standstill. I've already seen this in the overall energy, and right behind it I saw the Wheel of Fortune, which insane, but in the same exact order in another deck entirely. Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune. So things are stuck right now in terms of either picking the path to go down or being able to actually go down the path. There's something holding you back, something stopping you from that. And it looks like you're trying to figure out what to do in order to get unstuck to be able to move. Wheel of Fortune is a change in the luck and fortune. It's a turn of events. It's like the wheel spinning the other way. So if things are stuck right now, this is a change to that and things coming unstuck, hopefully. Next here we have the World. This is the final card of the major arcana. This is a completion card. It's the ending of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of a new cycle here. So this can also represent travel over great distances. I don't know if you have, I've got another card here that could indicate some sort of travel. I've got two cards here that would represent the completion of some cycle of things being stuck, is what it looks like. We've got what looks like a breakup has happened with still this desire to move it forward, still the emotions there, but running into the being stuck and running into that being stuck changing, and then wish fulfillment laying right behind that here. Central to your energy, we have the Ten of Swords. This is Gemini energy of an ending to something. This is usually a swift, painful ending. Sometimes this is an ending that you didn't see coming. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal. But no matter how you slice this, this is an ending to something. Tell me more about this Ten of Swords for Capricorn, please. Why is that central with Capricorn's energy in February 2023? Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. Card 1 of the major arcana. This is the Mac Daddy, master manifester of the tarot deck. This is someone who has all the tools, all the abilities, all the resources, everything they need to manifest or create from nothing, whatever it is their will desires. This card is about using the will, using the conscious mind to the thoughts, the actions to create the world around you the way that you want it to be. Being in the state of actively trying to manifest what it is that you want. I have the Ace of Pentacles right behind that. He has all 4 aces on the table in front of him. Those 4 aces are the ones of the 4 suits. Those 4 ones would be 11, 11, which is the number of manifesting. Strong manifesting going on here for you, related to some ending that happened, potentially one you didn't see coming, potentially one you feel betrayed by, and some opportunity now presenting itself. Maybe you've manifested an opportunity to do something about that here, to fight for the connection. 7 of Wands is Leo energy of defending your position, defending your stance, fighting for what you believe in, fighting for what you want, probably fighting for this connection. These other wands here can represent external energy from other people coming at you and defending against what other people think, what other people say, what their opinions are, what their actions are. You defending against that, or just fighting for this connection. Got the Chariot right behind that, Cancer's major arcana card. Another card about using your will here. Two cards. You must have an incredibly strong will at this point in time. This is at its core about using the will to move forward past problems or challenges or obstacles or roadblocks that are in your way. Using your will alone to get by all that stuff and be able to move forward very fast in success and victory. This is the fastest moving energy in the tarot deck. The only problem with this type of an energy is there are no reins that connect the driver to the beasts that pull it. So he has to use sheer will alone to power this thing, to steer it. And you see we've got a dark side and we've got a light side here, which usually want different things here. So if the driver of the Chariot is not in full alignment, this thing is either every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man that we've seen twice already, and it's not going to go anywhere. Or worse yet, the light side will pull one way, the dark side will pull one way, and it'll tear itself in half as it moves forward. And what I'm seeing for you as the first card for you, which is always the most important, is that choice of which path do I go down, because you can't go down both paths at the same time. If you try, you're going to tear yourself in half. So this is about trying to use your will to get past the problems and challenges, and it looks like through sheer will alone you have manifested some opportunity to be able to fight for this connection and hopefully move past whatever got in the way that caused an ending, that caused some sort of an abandonment or a breakup. I think there's still this need to figure it out, though. To clarify this Ten of Swords, I got Judgment, I got the Four of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Judgment is a major arcana energy of a very powerful decision being made here. And in love reading, this is a decision about, are we going to call this dead and over with? Are we going to let it be dead? Or are we going to resurrect this? Are we going to bring it back to life and transform it so that it's never this way again? So this is a decision about that. And it looks like currently things are stuck, whether that's in terms of the decision and that's what you're trying to figure out. Maybe the decision hasn't been made yet. Maybe you have made the decision. I'm not 100% sure yet. We've got the Four of Swords next, which again is the shared energy affecting you both here in February. This is taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. Could be that we're on a break in the connection. Could be things have paused and they're not moving forward right at the moment. But this is about going inside yourself by choice and trying to calm your mind, stabilize your thoughts, and figure out what to do moving forward from here. Figure out what decision to make regarding this. Is it dead and over? Can we fix this? Can we turn this around? Next, I have the Six of Cups, which is Scorpio energy of options. This is the card of the past. This is thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be before it ended, before there was this abandonment issue here. It can even represent someone from your past making a comeback here. I do have right beside it the World, the ending of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. It looks like you're trying to make a decision about what seems like an ending, or maybe what felt like at the time an ending. And in the middle of this, it's almost like you're pulling two different directions. Like the way they're laid out on the table here is like this, and you've got the two movements in different directions here, and in the middle some uncertainty, and it's probably enough uncertainty that it's causing fear, worry, and anxiety. The final card in your energy for February, Capricorn, is the King of Wands. This is either Leo or Sagittarius energy. This is the counterpart to that Queen of Wands that we saw, and much like her, this is someone who's very bold and passionate and fiery and determined and knows exactly what he wants, and he's going to go after what he wants, and he's going to get it. He's not going to take no for an answer. He's going to find a way to get what he wants, or he's going to make a way to get what he wants. Now, because the wand suit itself is about passion and desire, it's also about the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy. This would be someone who's very charming, charismatic, good-looking, fun to be around, very driven and motivated in general, but also driven and motivated by sexual energy and passion. This could be how you're viewing your person. Your person could be a Leo, your person could be a Sagittarius. Your person could just be super driven and motivated, and you have all this passion and desire for them, even though there was an ending here. And even though things still seem to be, at the moment, stuck, it looks like that's about to change. So tell me about this King of Wands. Why is that here for Capricorn February 2023, please? Yeah. Okay. I dig it. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Seen this one already. This is news, messages, communications about love and emotions. Possibly communicating with your person about how you feel, expressing your feelings, being at the beginning stages of a love offer. This can also represent an apology coming in for you, or you sending an apology out. Eight of Pentacles behind that. We've already seen that. Virgo energy of work, putting in the work, the time, effort, energy, or being willing to put the work in to try and get what you want here. Queen of Swords. This is she who knows the truth. Now, the Queen of Swords, she's usually very smart, very fair. She knows what's going on around her. The reason she holds her hand out like that is because she's offering let someone speak their truth to her. The problem is she already knows the truth. So the truth you speak to the Queen of Swords better match the truth she already knows, or she uses the sword to cut your head off. She's the off with your head queen. So this is about speaking the truth on something. It can also represent severing a connection, or severing, cutting off a person or a thing that's no longer in your best interest. Doesn't really jive with this whole expressing feelings and putting in work, time, effort, and energy on something, unless there has been a need to speak some truth here to the King of Wands, to your person, about how you felt, about how it feeling abandoned, about the ending that took place, about the decision you're trying to make, about turning things around, getting them unstuck. Here again, we have that Knight of Cups, which we already saw as the second card in the overall energy. Actions toward love and emotions, trying to move forward in a love connection, in a love offer, trying to advance a love connection or a love offer, taking actions in that direction. Now, when I clarify this King of Wands, I get the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Queen of Wands, we've already seen her. She is the counterpart to the King of Wands. This is a power couple. This is two cards that are supposed to be together, which for me represents two people that are probably supposed to be together, at least in terms of how you're viewing it. This is both of you being driven by passion and desire for each other, knowing exactly what you want and being willing to go after it by any means necessary. Like, it looks like what you want is a judgment that gets this thing unstuck, that lets it move forward, and I think you're trying to figure out how to do that. Next, to clarify King of Wands, we have King of Cups. This is someone who makes their decisions based on their emotions and not logic and reason. This is someone who, no matter how rough and choppy the waters get around them, they're very in touch with their emotions, but they don't let their emotions get the best of them. They don't wear their heart on their sleeve either. So this is not someone who's going to publicly broadcast how they feel. This can also represent how you feel about your person. This would be someone who is good to talk with, someone who you have a deep emotional connection with, that you have a lot of love and emotions for, that also has a lot of love and emotions for you. Whether or not they express that doesn't really matter. This could be someone who doesn't tell you, but they love you. This could also be a person that says they hate your guts, but actually they love you. This is feeling like how you're representing your person. You're representing your person as someone that you have a lot of passion and desire for, and someone that you have a lot of love for. This would make, a good husband, a really good father figure. Getting ahead of myself, but it's also one of the final two cards in your person's energy. Next, I have the Six of Swords. This is Aquarius energy of moving forward into like leaving the rough, choppy waters behind you and moving forward into calmer waters. This is, at its core, is about moving away from the Five of Swords, which would be some mentally or psychologically painful situation or event. This is about leaving that in the past where it belongs and moving away from the painful thing and forward toward what you want. Now, the woman, the child, the swords that are all stuck in the boat represent that there is an implied choice here, and the choice is, like, the painful thing's already happened. You can't do anything to change that at this point because it's in the past. Your only real choice is, as you move forward into the future, are you going to carry the burdens that the pain caused you forward into the future with you, or are you going to carry the lessons that the pain taught you forward into the future with you? That way that painful stuff doesn't happen again. I think there was definitely something between the two of you in the past, card of the past, that caused some sort of a pain. Looks like there might be travel involved here. It looks like they're an ending to a cycle of some kind in the beginning of a new cycle. It's looking like there was a breakup or a potential breakup or feelings of abandonment not being quite good enough, and that is now looks like being left in the past with forward movement. This is another card that can indicate travel. Two of Pentacles is your final clarifier. This is Capricorn energy. The twos are always choices or decisions of some kind. So this is some decision where you're going back and forth on the options. Like, at its core, this card's about balance, but it's more about trying to maintain your balance or trying to regain your balance once it's been thrown off. It's like looking at the pros and cons of something and trying to decide, like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Will they or won't they? You know, going back and forth on two different physical options where you can't have both of them. And it's like trying to make that decision between them. That's the only card that you have here. I normally get 3 clarifiers for each card. I got 3 the first 2 times, and I got an extra one here on this. So there's still some element of a decision. There's this need to move forward, leave something in the past and move forward, make some decision about this connection. And there's still some, again, like I felt here, like, this is gung-ho, let's just do it and not think about it. And this is like, wait a minute, let's stick our toe in the water, and I'm willing to take the first step on this. I'm not willing to jump all the way in right now. And in the middle of that is some fear, worry, anxiety, uncertainty, not having all the answers, not being able to fully see what the path is, how all this is going to pan out, and trying to figure out what to do about this. Scoot this over and get us some more room. That is your energy in this connection for February 2023, Capricorn. Let's take a look at your person's energy, because they have the Emperor, the 3 of Wands, and then they got 2 for their final card. They got the King of Cups and the Lovers. The Emperor is another master manifester kind of an energy. This is Aries Major Arcana energy. This is an energy about taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation, like either putting some boundaries in place. Like I said, it's a master manifester kind of an energy. It's a more toned down version than the Magician that we saw for you, but this is like someone who has all the abilities to put together the plan to get what it is that they want, and then execute that plan to get what they want. Which sounds, now that I'm saying it, an awful lot like this King of Wands that I described. That's your last card probably for how you're viewing your person here. Tell me more about the Emperor for Capricorn's person, please. Why is the Emperor here? I got one flip over. Where'd you go? Let's get one more on the Emperor for Capricorn's person. Where is that here? Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This, at times, can be third-party love connection, because we do have 3 cups of love showing up on the picture here. But more often than not, this is a card of reconciliation. It's about being reunited and celebrating. Yeah, Page of Cups right behind that. News, messages, communication of love and emotions, potentially an apology, expressing of feelings, flirtatious behavior, being all lovey-dovey about something. 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy of putting in the work, time, effort, and energy to get what you want, being willing to do that. Your person, it looks like what they want and what they have communicated to you is that they want to be together, or they want to be back together with you. And they're taking charge of the situation, putting together a plan and executing a plan to try and make that happen, is what it looks like. When I clarify the Emperor, I get the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Four of Cups. The Ace of Swords is a new idea. This can also be the sword of truth, the sword of victory, the sword of clarity. It can even be the sword you would use to make a decision with. It can also be the sword you would use to sever a relationship with, but that doesn't jive with everything else that I'm seeing for your person. This looks like making some sort of a decision here, cutting off all other options other than getting what it is that I want and creating the plan in order to get what I want, and accepting no defeat here. And what they want looks to be being united with you or reunited with you. Next, we have the High Priestess, card 2 of the Major Arcana. We already saw card 1, the Magician, on your end. That's the divine masculine energy. This is the divine feminine energy. Those are the same two energies that are on the Lover's card, and the Lover's card is one of the last cards out here for your person. Having the Magician and the High Priestess show up in the same reading, that's like divine counterparts. That's to me probably even more potent than the Lover's card, because it's harder to get both of those to come out. You need two different cards to do that versus they're both on the Lover's card. But this represents she who knows. This is intuition. This is divine guidance. This is like that internal knowing where your person doesn't have all the facts, all the data. They can't physically see the proof in front of them. They just know like they know like they know. This is them feeling pulled to you, probably viewing you in this type of a light, that you're the divine feminine for them, or that they're the divine feminine for you, however that goes in your particular case. This is like them being guided, I think. And then we've got the Four of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is emotional discontentment. This is your person not being fully happy with what they have in front of them, to the point that they're constantly daydreaming and being distracted by this other cup, this other thing that they believe would lead them to their happiness and fulfillment. This looks like there was a breakup and an abandonment here. Both of you trying to figure out how to get it back. Both of you still having stuff that you can't see everything yet. They don't have all the answers any more than you have all the answers. But there is this definite desire to move in that direction. There's this definite plan, it looks like, and a willingness to do whatever it takes and not accept defeat in order to get these three cups, to get this being united with you or reunited with you. But notice they're staring at the three cups and they're constantly daydreaming about something. Sometimes this can represent that they're just not happy without you right now and they keep daydreaming about you. Sometimes this can represent that there's actually already a love offer on the table between the two of you, and it just hasn't been accepted. It hasn't been rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing actually being done about it. That might be the case here, because central to your person's energy in February is the Three of Wands. This is Aries energy of waiting on something. Your very first card, which is always a person's most important card, is the Two of Wands. We're going a step beyond that. Here in the Two, it was about that decision point. What world do you actually want? Which path do you have to go down to get there? Which path do you have to leave behind to get there? This is the next step. Your person's already decided. They've already made that decision. They already know what world they want. They've already started down the path toward the world that they want. And it just hasn't, the thing they want hasn't actually physically manifested in reality yet. They're still waiting on it to get here. But they have a positive expectancy that the thing they want, the path they've chosen, the actions they're taking are going to lead them to getting what they want. It just hasn't fully happened yet. So they're stuck waiting on it. Tell me about this Three of Wands. Why is that here for Capricorn's person, please? Okay. Yeah, I see. That makes sense. I don't read reversals. So whenever one comes out, I just automatically turn it upside down. I think this one was probably supposed to be reversed, so I'm going to leave it that way. It makes sense either direction, though. Bottom of the deck. The Magician. the Mac Daddy Master Manifester. So now here I have the two counterparts again, divine masculine, divine feminine energy. I've seen the counterparts over here on your side of the table, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. That's two different sets of cards that are supposed to be together, which represents two people that are probably supposed to be together. Now, a lot of times in these readings, I'll see that type of an energy on one side or the other, which doesn't, this is not saying that just the universe or spirit or source saying that you're supposed to be together. It's saying that you feel that way. It's showing up in your energy that that's what you believe, what you feel. And I'm seeing it on your side and I'm seeing it on their side. So you both feel the same way. You both believe the same way about each other and about the connection. But this is your person, their thoughts, their actions, creating the world around them, actively manifesting what it is that they want, actively trying to do something about what they want. I think they've probably already started taking actions and they're just waiting on it to actually materialize. Now, speaking of manifesting, he's the Mac Daddy Master Manifester. I've got the Emperor, another Master Manifester. The way manifesting works is he represents the conscious mind. She represents the unconscious mind, which is where your connection to spirit and source and the universe lies. We're constantly projecting into the universe, and that gets mirrored back to us. The way that works is you consciously decide what you want, and the magician plants the seeds. The conscious mind plants the seeds of what you want into your unconscious, where it constantly is getting projected. Even when you're asleep, your unconscious mind is still awake, and you're constantly projecting what you want. The next step in that equation is the Empress, which is the gateway between the universe, the divine, spirit, source, however you view that, and this physical 3D reality that we live in. So whenever something gets manifested, it does that through the Empress energy. She's the gateway through which new things get birthed into our physical reality. We've got the first two pieces of it here. Now, the Empress is card 3 of the major arcana, and she rules over the 3s of the 4 suits. We've got your person here in a 3 energy, waiting on the thing that they believe they're going to get to actually appear, and them actively doing something about it. The Chariot, 2 cards of using the will, moving past the problems, the challenges, the obstacles, getting by it through sheer will alone, and moving forward very fast in success and victory. Again, though, there has to be alignment here, or this isn't going to move. There has to be alignment here, not just in your person, but between the two of you. You both have to be pulling in the same direction, because if they're pulling one way and you're pulling the other, it will tear you apart. 7 of Cups is behind this, though. Scorpio energy of options, choices, confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of different ways this could play itself out. There's a lot of emotions involved here in this situation. And this is your person not wanting to make any kind of a mistake here, and potentially being confused about what to do, having their judgment clouded about what to do. This could also just be that was one of the obstacles that was in the way previously. Fear, worry, anxiety, moving really fast on something that they didn't think all the way through first. Could have led to some sort of an abandonment, some sort of ending that happened without you seeing it coming. It could be that. It could be that there's still remnants of them being confused about what to do. But right behind that, behind all the clouded stuff there, is the Ace of Cups, a new beginning in love and emotions. This could also represent starting over at square one in terms of love and emotions, filling the cup between the two of you back up, recombining everything back into one. Yeah, that's what they're trying to manifest. 4 of Wands. This is a card of manifesting. Those 4 wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. It shows up on the Magician card because he has the 4 aces in front of him. Those 4 aces are the 4 wands, 1111. So this is your person actively putting in the work to manifest what they want, waiting on it to show up. This is the celebration. This is the next step beyond this 3 of Wands that I'm clarifying, where they're waiting on it to show up. This is it actually appearing and being able to celebrate it. This also represents stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. It's a celebration card. That is the Nine of Cups for them. This is their wish fulfillment. This is also a singles energy, as in, I don't think you guys are actually together yet. It looks like there's a strong desire to turn it around and make that happen. And I think that's what your person's waiting on. Yeah, they're waiting on things to get balanced out. Justice is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. Doing the right, fair, just thing. What's supposed to happen, actually getting to happen. The sword in this card is this Ace of Swords that they have as their first clarifier. This is the sword that they would use to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can get restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. What's supposed to happen can actually happen. So I think that's what's going on. That's what your person's waiting on. But they're also affected by this Four of Swords energy here, this trying to figure something out, trying to calm their mind down and figure out what to do moving forward. And in the center of all of that is not being able to see everything clearly, like clouded sight, not being able to see the full path, or probably not knowing exactly how it's going to work out, just knowing that it's going to work out. When I clarify that Three of Wands, I get the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles. Again, with the counterparts, I've got the King and the Queen here. This is like, again, counterparts, power couple. Two cards that should be together, two people that should be together. That's twice now I've seen it on your person's side, and I'm not even to their last column of cards, which has it again already in the Lover's card. So your person definitely feels the same way that you feel about each other. This would be like, these two work together as equals to build the Ten of Pentacles, the maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, the combining together of two people, all their assets and resources into one to build something together. That happy, stable home life that you see that your person wants here. These are the two people that do that, and your person is viewing you as that. This is like husband and wife, or the committed people that live together, that are building their worlds and their lives around each other. And in between them is that Five of Pentacles that we see as the overall energy, the breakup, the abandonment, the being cast aside, left out in the cold. Whatever this was, this breakup or this thing that felt like a breakup, they're wanting to turn that upside down. They're waiting on that to become turned upside down so it's no longer affecting you anymore, to where we're not apart anymore, where we're not abandoned and away from each other physically anymore. Final card for your person's actually two, King of Cups and the Lovers. We've already seen the King of Cups here on your side, which is how I knew it was talking about how you felt about your person, because here it is over here. This is either Scorpio or Pisces energy. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions for you. Someone who is very intuitive, very in touch with their emotions. They've got the High Priestess here in their energy too. This is someone who's in touch with their emotions, who doesn't let their emotions cloud their judgment. Also someone, though, that doesn't necessarily wear their heart on their sleeve and publicly broadcast everything they're feeling. Sometimes this person will go through some emotional turmoil and not clue you in on it. But there's no doubt that they have a massive amount of feelings and love and emotions for you, because the Lovers is here with it. Again, divine counterparts, divine feminine and masculine on the same card. This is a powerful love connection here. Now, a long time ago, before it was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it can represent a choice in a powerful love connection, which appears to be what's going on, especially since your very first card is a choice about what is it that you really want. And you also have Judgment here, which is a final decision. Are we going to call it dead and over, or are we going to resurrect it and bring it back? Are we going to turn this around? Which I've already seen here with things being stuck and it getting turned around, and that being wish fulfillment. So let's clarify this King of Cups and the Lovers for Capricorn's person. Why is this here for Capricorn's person in February 2023? You just can't make this up. The mirroring is pretty intense here. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is usually a pretty negative energy. This can be deception. It could be lying, cheating, sneaking around behind backs, deceptive behavior, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't get away with. It's not the only meaning to the card. The whole reason the guy is stealing the swords is because he doesn't want to get hurt by those swords. He doesn't want those swords used against him, so he steals them to make sure he can't be hurt by them. It can also represent leaving something behind. He can only carry 5 of the 7 swords, and he has to leave 2 behind. So it can represent leaving something behind and moving away from it. It can also represent some sort of a new strategy, some use of the mind, clever idea to get what it is that you want. Queen of Swords here. Again, this is speaking the truth on something, but it can also be cutting off things and people that aren't in their best interest anymore. This can represent the severing of a connection. This could represent like sneaking off in the night and severing the connection. This could also be trying to figure out a way to leave behind the severing of the connection and get back to this 3 of Cups, this Cancer energy of being reunited and celebrating. And putting in the work on that. I think that's what's going on. It could be that your person is here trying to figure out what to do, how to put together a plan to get what they want executed, how to like get it to the point where I don't have to wait on this abandonment to be turned around for us, and like what's the strategy to get past this whole severing that occurred so that we can get back to being united, or reunited in this case. When I clarify King of Cups and the Lovers, I get the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. 2 of Wands is your very first card. I'm in your person's last column of cards, and their first clarifier is the same card as your very first card in your energy. Again, Aries energy of a fork in the road, a crossroads in their life, in this connection. It's a decision point about what is it that they want and which path are they going to go down to get it. 3 of Swords, Libra energy. This is heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. That third energy does not always have to be romantic third party. I don't really see anything out here that would say romantic third party. No, I guess we could say there was an abandonment, there was an ending. I would really have to stretch to try and find a way to force it to fit the idea that there's another person involved. Even though I do have this 7 of Swords here, this very strongly feels like trying to figure out a way past this severing that occurred and get back to being united and celebrating here. This third energy doesn't have to be romantic third party. It could be any number of things. Like my business has picked up its own energy at this point. That energy affects my life. It affects my son's life. It affects my family. So work, career could be that third energy. A family member, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker could be that third energy. Like geographic distance could be that third energy. Anything that's not directly you, Capricorn, and not directly your person can be that third energy. And it's even possible that that is what has led to the abandonment that took place here, or the feeling that there was an abandonment, that there was a breakup. It could be that. And your person is trying to choose a path that gets them what they want, which looks like the 2 of you being together, and the path they want to leave behind is the heartbreaking path. They want to turn upside down this abandonment thing that's between the 2 of you here. I mean, they're viewing you as counterparts 3 different ways. The final card in your person's energy is the Knight of Pentacles. And I swear, if this hasn't been the theme for the Capricorn readings previously, this is the slowest moving knight in the damn deck. This is very slow forward movement, like one step at a time, like monotonous. It's like this is a very frustrating energy to go through. When you're going through this energy, it's really easy to mistake it for the Hanged Man, which is your very first clarifier. It's also right here behind this whole idea of there's been a breakup and wanting to move forward anyway, and then there's the Hanged Man stopping progress. But again, that gets turned around, and here, right after your Hanged Man and your clarifiers, it gets turned around, and that cycle ends and a new one begins. This is that when you're going through this, it's frustrating, and it's like you want something to happen at this level of speed, and you're not getting that level of speed. Instead, you're getting the snail's pace. That story, The Tortoise and the Hare, This is not the hare. This is the tortoise. It's like very slow and steady, one step at a time. This can be such slow, frustrating energy that from their perspective or from your perspective, it might seem like no progress is actually happening. That could be what the heartbreaking thing is. They got this choice to make. They've already chosen their path. They know what they want. We've seen them show up as the King of Wands from you. They know what they want. They've already made the choice. They're just waiting on it to happen. This is like a forced patience kind of an energy where they don't want to be patient on something and they don't really have a choice in the matter. It might seem like nothing's moving for them. That could be why there's this heartbreaking thing here. They're wanting to see action happen. They're probably wanting this Knight of Swords pace, and they're getting this Knight of Pentacles pace instead. And it's possible it's just because you guys can't see the full path here. You know you want to go down the path. You've got the willingness to take this first steps down the path. Maybe you just haven't figured out exactly what to do to make it happen yet. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Capricorn love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.